As you can tell from the title of the video, in this video is going to be the top 10 most useless things in Shindo Life. Now, this is going to be just a compilation of everything in the game, so I'm going to be including every single aspect of the game. This will be the top 10 most useless overall things in the game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe to the video, guys. Alright, so coming in 10th place is going to be one of the newer things in the game. It's going to be Kenjutsu Slot 2. Now, the only use that this actually has is that you could level up 2 Kenjutsus at the same time. But the fact of the matter is that there are very, few actually good Kenjutsus, and most of them are borderline terrible, if not literally unusable. So Kenjutsu Slot 2 is obviously going to be down there on the most useless things in the game, just because Kenjutsu Slot 2, there's no point in really using it. It takes 100,000 rogue coins. You could buy another bloodline with this, and the fact that it's just a Slot 2, I mean, like, it's really good that they added it to the game. I think it's very interesting, but it doesn't make it useful. I actually think that the only use that this actually has, like I said, is leveling up 2 Kenjutsus at the same time. But why would you do that when it takes EXP that can be used from leveling other things in the game? Now, coming to 9th place, it could be this sub-ability mode, Captain Jokai. Now, with the addition of Stronger Block being a mentor thing, the Stronger Block that Captain Jokai has, while it is borderline infinite, it is significantly weaker than what it was, because what Captain Jokai had special about it before was the fact that it had Stronger Block. Well, guess what? Now you can get Stronger Block no matter what you're using, which makes Captain Jokai significantly worse than what it would be before, since you could literally just get perfect block while just literally having a mentor. Now, I think that, with this being added, they definitely should rework Captain Jokai a bit. Captain Jokai, the Z spec and the Q spec are, pretty terrible. They're really predictable. The ragdoll doesn't hit sometimes. The Q spec glitches out sometimes. Overall, Captain Jokai is just a really terrible sub-ability mode. It's what I like to call a novelty mode, which is just a mode that is meant for collecting, because there is almost no use that you can get out of this mode at all. Hence why it's going to be in the top 10 most useless. Now, coming in 8th place, it's going to be Rab Style Meteorite. Now, Rab Style Meteorite is going to come in 8th place on this list. Not only is it extremely bad, but is extremely rare as well. Actually getting this sub-ability is extremely difficult just because of how hard it is, because it only spawns for 5 minutes. And now, not only that, but since the servers take so long to load now, so you're only going to be hop a single time before it actually despawns. So you get one hop to get this, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I just got this insanely rare thing that is so good. No way. Yes way, you got it. And guess what? It's complete trash. It's completely unusable, and it is by far the single worst sub-ability in the entire game. The only reason why I'm going to be ranking it this low on the list is because 99% of the time you won't even have it, because it's so rare. You're not even going to get it. Now, coming to 7th place is going to be the ×2 EXP dev product that you can actually get from the menu. I don't know about you, but whenever I use this, it doesn't even work. Now, the reason for this is because I think it's actually broke. Whenever I use this, I do not get ×2 EXP. I do not get, EXP twice as fast. It doesn't happen. I don't know why. It doesn't work for me, and I'm sure it doesn't work for other people either. I guess it's just one of those peace of mind things. Oh yeah, you can spend a bit of Robux to think that you're getting ×2 EXP, but you're not. I think at one point it did actually work, but right now it is completely broken. It doesn't work at all, and I definitely think it should be fixed, because right now it is literally useless. It is just a waste of your Robux. Keep that in mind if you're buying it. Now, coming to 6th place, it could be Fire Shurikens. This sub-ability is also borderline one of the worst sub-abilities in the entire game. It is a projectile that does fire damage to people. Now, if that doesn't seem bad to you guys, I don't know what does. This should definitely just be a straight up throwable. It should just be moved to the throwable menu on the throwable slot, because this move is literally bad. It's just a shuriken that does fire damage. It's not even a significant amount of damage either. It's barely any damage. It's just overall really, really bad ability, and I definitely think it is very useless as well. You will never see anyone ever using this, even if it's their only sub ability. They would rather use nothing. Just how bad this is. Now, coming to 5th place, it could be the sub ability mode Specialist Spirit. Now, Specialist Spirit's a little bit of a weird one, because Specialist Spirit goes back and forth with being useful and not useful. It used to have a move stack where you can move stack during it, and actually, back in the day, move stacking was a lot, stronger than what it is now, because you couldn't perfect block or auto dodge mid combo or anything like that. So you pretty much got one shot. Now, they fixed this. They added end lag to it, so you can't move stack with it anymore. So now you're in the air. You do like 100,000 damage with it, which isn't that bad, but you're in the air. So if you miss, you're getting comboed 100,000%. And you can't really combo with it either. It's really hard to integrate into combos as well, because it does have a lot of startup to it. So there's a lot of startup time involved with it. And not only that, but the stats are terrible. It messes with your M1s. It makes your M1s worse. Special Spirit is definitely a very bad sub-ability mode. I'm going to be putting it at 5 in the most useless. And coming in 4th is going to be another Game Pass. It's going to be Element Slot 3 and 4. Now, I joke around and I actually give this game pass to people sometimes just as a joke. This game pass is literally useless. There's no way that you will ever be using even a second element, let alone a third or fourth element, because the elements of this game are complete trash. They are very bad. You will never, ever, you probably won't even be using an element at all. So why would you need element slot 3 and 4? Well, you could spin faster using it, but most people would rather just not spin elements whatsoever. So I definitely think that this is by far the most useless game pass. You should definitely never buy this. It would be better to buy emotes than this. It does absolutely nothing for you. It's just bad overall. It's just a useless game pass. Now, coming in third is going to be Finite Strength Spirit. Now, ever since they removed the move stacking of this, it definitely is bad now because it's super predictable. It's overall just going to be a really bad sub-ability mode. It's going to be in the top 10 most useless just because it's so bad. The stats are extremely low. It's actually, you know, not that easy to get as well. You have to hop for it. So yeah, Finite Strength Spirit, pretty much everything that could go wrong with a mode has went wrong with it, and it definitely needs that fat rework, you know what I'm saying? Now, coming in second place is going to be Dungeons, the game mode. Now, the reason for this is because, number one, it takes way too long to complete dungeons to be worth doing at all. It's actually better to go into Shindo Storm game mode and get Rel coins and buy the Bloodline through the Rel coin shop than it is to farm dungeons for the Bloodline. Even though they made it a lot less rare, dungeons take way too long to complete. They're also insanely hard now. I do think that it being hard is fine, but it takes way too long to complete. It takes like 30, 40, 50 minutes to do a single dungeon, even with a squad. So I definitely think that grinding dungeons right now isn't really a good thing to do. I definitely think it's a very useless game mode. You're better off just farming the Rel coins or getting it from a Rel coin code, just because of how bad this dungeons actually is. And don't even think about getting a game pass from it. The chance of getting a game pass is like 1 in 700. Like, you will not be getting a game pass from dungeons. It will not happen. I'm sorry to say. What do you guys think is the most useless thing in Shindo Life? If you're to comments below, we'll be checking them out. Now, the number one most useless thing in Shindo Life, and some people may be expecting this or not, is going to be the Kendo arts. Kendo arts, yes. You probably don't even know what that is because nobody ever uses them. They actually started to integrate Kendo arts into the martial arts / combat arts, but it doesn't matter because it's still extremely trash. Like, even though it has been integrated into free M1s, they still are not even that useful. Now, the Kendo arts, basically, they just change how your M1s work. They do a little bit more fire damage, a little bit of range, a little bit of stun, a little bit of, you know, guard break or whatever. They all have they integrate into your M1s. But the reason why it's so bad is because you're taking up a move slot for it and taking chi out of your chi bar every second to basically get a non-existent buff. It basically does nothing. It's much better as a passive with the combat arts because it's still, you know, not that good with the combat arts. So yeah, I am completely convinced if Kendo arts got deleted one day, if one day Kendo arts just got vanished from Shindo Life, if they just deleted it, nobody would notice and nobody would definitely care because they're unusable. They're really bad. I think the fact that they're integrating into the martial arts is definitely a good thing. But I think that they should just be replaced with something better. What do you guys think? Anyways, that should be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, post this, guys. Bye-bye.